Okay, it's recording. So I'm to share the screen. So we are sharing the screen already.
Yeah, so
participant can share the screen at a time. Okay. So we are sharing.
So actually, they should be seeing this over here. And then when you actually start with the PowerPoint, then you can select that one.
Oh, I have to select that one.
Yeah, because you're sharing your screen. If you want to start it off like that, share screen. And then, yeah, full mode presentation. So that's what you're sending across.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Antonio, can you see the screen?
Yes,
Antonio.
we can.
¿Sí me escuchas bien y ves la pantalla?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so we are going to start right now, right?
Okay.
Okay, welcome everyone. How are you? ¿También? ¿Estamos bien todos? Okay, great. So let's gonna start this class. It's called Engineering 250, Introduction to Renewable Energy. My name is Jairo Diaz, and I have to be kind of close to the mic here because we have people from Ensenada that join us, and hopefully people from Tijuana. So welcome everyone. And again, my name is Jairo Diaz. Today, I'm gonna do an introduction of the class. So hopefully we are going to have more people join us this class. So I'm going to present, the syllabus. I'm going to introduce myself. In some point, I'm going to ask you that everyone introduce yourself and say something about you. Okay? And we are going to open also. I always remind me that we have people online too, so that they are listening us. At the moment that you're going to introduce yourself, you have to stand up and get close to the mic. Okay? So that the people in the Senate can listen. Right? ¿Estamos bien así? Right. Okay. So this is Engineering 250, Introduction to Renewable Energy. So let me see this way. Okay. So we can see one is shown. Right. So that one. Yeah, that one. So if you don't mind, you can look at this one or that screen or this one showing the presentation. Okay. I born and raised in Colombia. My first degree was in agricultural engineering. So I'm from the south of Colombia. The state is called Valle del Cauca. It's surrounded by sugarcane. So the picture that you are seeing there is sugarcane, irrigation of sugarcane. So I was intrigued about agriculture, not only in my BS, but also in my high school. My high school it has different kind of options. So I was mixing the agriculture. At the beginning, it was so hard for me, to see people working in agriculture. It was really, really hard, because you have to have a lot of passion, a lot of strength in order to be in the field, every day. But also I was tempted to get into science, math, those kind of things. So hopefully my high school has those kind of degrees, agriculture, science, and math. So I combine those things and I get into agricultural engineering program. At the end of my agricultural engineering program, I went focused on soil, irrigation, water management, those kind of things. After I graduate from that program, I get some training on how to be a teacher. But when you are in college, in engineering, science, those kind of things, you don't know how to teach. Pretty much, all your professors, they don't have that background. Okay, they know about what they are teaching, but how to is not. Engineers, we are not trained to do that. Scientists are not trained to be teachers, but they are degrees, that train people teaching. So I get further training on teaching, and I start teaching on community college. It's the largest community college in my country. So I was teaching classes on natural resources. For 2 years, I did that. It was a good experience. But then I decided, I really want to get more in my life and get out of my country, basically. So English was a barrier at that day. So, but I find out that in Puerto Rico, this small Caribbean island, it's a Commonwealth. So there is English and Spanish there, and so on. And I got a scholarship. and I started my master program there. And I did a master degree in water resources engineering. Sorry. So I get further knowledge about water movement in areas like catchments, watersheds, basins, and so on. So a lot of rain there, nothing much rain here. But then I say, okay, I want further. I want more on that. So I went to Mississippi and I started a PhD in water resources engineering. So as you can hear from me, I have been in engineering pretty much all my life. Okay? But in Mississippi, I get further skills on water quality, engineering, modeling, a lot of computing. So I spent pretty much 24/7 days of my life for 3 years, pretty much in a room with computers and modeling. And not much the field experiments that I studied, back in Puerto Rico. But give me a lot of skills on that thing. Also, I was teaching too, and so on. After I finished my PhD, I was working at Mississippi State University for about 3 years, 1 year as a postdoc, and then as a researcher. I got the opportunity to teach classes, undergraduate classes, graduate classes on many topics related to water and environmental science. But then I got this opportunity to work with African Americans. There are historically black colleges here in the United States. So I went to this historically black college, it's called Alcorn State University, but I was not in engineering, it was in agricultural science. So I was working with these kids, on trying to promote them to get into agriculture, to environmental science, and also working with farmers working on agricultural engineering, irrigation, those kind of things. So totally, I spent 11 years in Mississippi, and then I decided, why not just to move out? So I applied to a position here in El Centro. So we have here the University of California. The University of California has a research center in El Centro and Colville. And that was pretty interesting to see, they were looking for a director to lead that unit here in El Centro. So I applied and I got the position. So I have been here in Imperial Valley for about 3 years. Okay, so that's pretty much, my tours around here. So let me tell you something about my experience teaching. So I'm gonna start with my previous faculty position that was at Alcorn State University. As you can read, on those ones, the kind of classes that I used to teach were related to technology, geographical information systems, computer, and related to natural resources, agriculture, and so on. Back in Mississippi State University, well, the ones in Alcorn State University were undergraduate courses. So like at this type of class that we have here, the kind of people, undergraduate students. But back in Mississippi, I got both graduate students and undergrad classes as well. So, and also I oversee graduate students as well and master level students in PhD. So I have many years, experience teaching those kind of classes. Back in Puerto Rico, I did some teaching, laboratories especially, on soil and water and agricultural machinery. And back in Colombia, as I told you, I used to teach community college type students. So pretty much I have a really broad spectrum of teaching experiences, from little kids all the way to senior personnel. Also, I have experience, doing outreach and extension activities because that's what I do these days. So we deal, with kids in my research center. We deal with kids and also adults programs too. So you have to have different kind of ways to extend, to transfer the knowledge, depending on the kind of students as well. Okay. Any questions? We are okay, Ensenada?
Yes, we are
okay. Great. Good. Yeah. Okay, so now it's your turn, guys. So I want every one of you to stand up, please, and come here and speak about you. So I want from you your name, the name of your university and campus, your major, and where are you from? Okay, too much? Too little? Too scary? I know. But, just try to be You feel more comfortable doing it in Spanish, let's do it in Spanish. You know, you want it in English, let's do it in English. Okay, the class is going to be in English, but I'm going to be available to speak in Spanish if you want. Okay, so I'm really flexible. But if we are here, we're going to try our best. Okay, so I'm going to start with everyone's here in the classroom, and then I'm going to ask Ensenada to introduce the student and Antonio that is there. And also I want Alexis to introduce himself as well. So do you want first, Alexis, please?
You want me to switch to the part one?
To switch to?
Like, if I stop the share, then you'll see the camera.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I can do it here, right?
Yeah. Okay. Antonio, can you see Alexis?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
So, hello everybody. My name is Alexis Acuña.
Thank you.
I'm the department chair of the Renewable Energies program at UABC Mexicali. I also work as a professor and researcher over there. I kind of invited professors and then participated with Dr. Meyer teaching these course. And some of you students will already know me. I work over there doing some research related with solar energy, also like renewable energy, especially solar energy, some of geothermal energy, and I work a lot in modeling too. I have been professors since I think right now will be 5 years. I think I started before this university at the Universidad Politécnica of California. I used to work over there as a professor in the energy program. And then in 2015, I moved to UABC, and since then I've been working over there. I don't know, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it, Alexis. Thank you. So who's next? I don't want me to point you out.
My name is Catherine, and
Thank you, Catherine. Yeah.
I'm a student here at San Diego State University in the senior. I live in El Centro, so I'm driving back and forth. My major is criminal justice, and public administration.
Okay.
So this
Catherine,
class,
did you say Catherine?
Hmm?
Catherine?
Catherine, yeah. So this class is interesting to me in the public administration. I just want to be more educated on what's going on, how it happens, because I know it's like very important. It's big for us, and especially here, like the solar power capital, I would think.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
And
right.
I would like to understand it more clearly as I progress through my public administration career.
Sure, Catherine. Yeah, sure. Yeah. That's what today we are going to present the syllabus and talk about the issues and the topics. So I hope that you are going to stay, you are going to register and stay with us.
I just hope it's
the way
not
through.
too technical. We'll see.
It's going to have everything there. Okay, thank you, Catherine.
Thank you.
Who's next? Thank you, Catherine. I'm going to start, yeah, you. And be close and try to speak kind of loud.
Hello, my name is Gilberto.
Gilberto?
I came from UABC. I'm in my 8th grade of renewable energy.
Kind of 4 year, I guess. You are in the 4 year, your 8th semester?
4.5.
4.5 years?
Yeah. And
Okay.
all my studies were in Mexico, in my elementary school, my high school, everything was there.
Okay.
And I would like to focus in the solar area. Solar, all about and the photovoltaic, the PV panels and the solar collectors, that kind of thing.
Okay, so you're really focused already. That's good, man. Good, Gilberto. Okay, thank you, Gilberto. Who's next? Yeah, let's gonna start with that table. We're gonna continue with that table. Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Francisco Javier. I'm from Guadalajara. I live in Central, and I'm a renewable energy student. I'm from 8th, semester 2. I did my studies. I went 5 years here in high school on Western High School, owned by the county. What else? I was born in Mexicali. And, so I like this career because it's the future. It's what we are creating, but we are creating a disaster and we're planning some help. If we could help the planet in many ways, like solar energy, well, all of the renewable energy.
Okay. That's good. Thank you, Francisco.
Right here so they can hear you.
Right here? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Alejandra. I'm also from IVC, Mexicali. Studying renewable energies engineering. This is my 9th semester, last one hopefully. And that's all.
Okay, thank you, Alejandra. Sure, yeah. Yeah, go ahead, please. Can you please go over here because the mic is right here. If we have Ensenada, we have students from Ensenada that's gonna join us. Okay?
So I have to face here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So that's the way that they are looking at you.
Well, hi everybody. My name is Lawson. I'm going to try not to go crazy this semester because I'm taking 12 units at IVC and 12 units here. This is my first semester here. I'm just taking this class because they said there would be field trips. I'm just kidding. No,
What is your major? Yeah, the field trips are good. Yeah.
my major is psychology, but
Psychology.
actually I just had a 3-year work anniversary with Wells Fargo, and because of that, I'm interested in business now. So I know that here, this little campus here doesn't really offer business, but I'm hoping to maybe possibly transfer, or but I definitely want to start here. So maybe I can pursue business and psychology still. I love psychology, so I don't really want to sacrifice that. So I'm considering double majoring. So I'm taking this class as an elective, and I hope to learn a lot of cool, interesting things.
Thank you. Say again your name.
My name's Lawson. It's like Dawson, but with an L.
Okay. So who's next? There you go. That's the power. Okay.
Hi, my name is Ali, and I study under in department. It's my 9th semester, and I'm a renewable energy engineering student, and I'm from here from Mexico, and what else? What else here?
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Thank you, Ray. Yeah. Thank you. So, please.
Hello, my name is Rafael. I stay in Barce, Cali. I'm engineering, renewable energy student too. I was born in Cali and I built my entire life there.
Okay. What semester are you in? 8 to? 5. Okay.
Hi, my name is Flavio Cruz Ramirez, and I live in Mexicali. I am a student of Renewable Energy too in UABC. I born in Oakland, California, but I live all my life in Mexicali. I know very well in English, and this is my 5th semester.
Okay. Thank you, Flavio. 3 more for that table.
My name is Elias, and I'm studying in UABC Mexicali. And I'm on my 8th semester in electrical engineering, and I'm from here. Electrical.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Hello, my name is Evelyn.
Second.
Evelyn.
Evelyn.
I'm Cinco from UABC Mexicali. I born in Mexicali. And I don't know how to translate my major. In Spanish, it's ingeniero en computación. I think it's like
Computer science.
And,
What semester are you in?
Ninth semester.
Ninth semester. Pretty much done.
Excuse me?
You're pretty much done.
Yes, my last one.
That's one.
Yeah.
You take this class. Okay. Sure. Thank you, Renee.
Hello, my name is Daniel. I originally go to Chico State, but right now I'm taking a break off and going to IVC and some classes to spend time with my family. I'm over there at Chico State. I'm a junior, and I'm also majoring in mechatronic engineering. And I'm originally from Pleasanton.
So now in IVC, what kind of classes are you taking?
Right now, I'm just taking like some engineering courses, just math courses.
Oh, so you are kind of getting into engineering.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So let's gonna be Ensenada. It's your turn.
As we are here, I'm gonna open the video. And you see us.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
You say something about you, your name, what is your major, and where you from, please.
Okay. Hello, my name is Daniela Solorzano. I'm studying in UABC campus Ensenada, and I'm from in Ensenada. Arquitectura.
Architecture?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. And Antonio?
I am Antonio Michel. I am a professor in the electronics engineering. I've been working for this university for 27 years. I teach physics and maths mostly. I'm glad to be here. And there is another student that was going to be here, and 3 or 4 more that they are trying to swap some courses in order to be able to be here. But for the moment, Daniela is all we have.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Daniela. And we don't have anybody from Tijuana. All right. So we are expecting a student from Tijuana as well. UABC Tijuana. So, okay. Let's gonna get back to the class. Here I go. So can you see my screen with the presentation, Antonio, Daniela?
No, at the moment is the
Okay.
student.
Okay, so we have
Yeah, so we're gonna share.
soon.
Yeah, and then there's the share screen,
Share screen, yeah.
and then just select the part
Sure, yeah.
and select share screen.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
Now we can see it.
Okay. Just let me know. All right. So now we know each other. So that's good. That's part of the class. So the next is to talk about the class. So let's gonna review the syllabus. All right. What is it? Universidad Autónoma de Baja California. Universidad Autónoma de Baja California. So all of these guys are from that college, the university, and they have different campuses. There's a campus in Mexicali, the campus in Tijuana, and Ensenada, and other campuses that they have. Okay. The one in Mexicali is in engineering. You have other majors there.
Yeah, well, Mexicali also passed into the School of Engineering. Like administration, medicine. Probably, I don't know, probably Mexicali, I don't know, maybe like 30,000 students just in Mexicali, plus other students in Tijuana and Ensenada. I think in total was it has almost 60,000 students. Yeah, it's like the biggest one in the States.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay, I have some syllabus. I print out some syllabus, but I have only 10. So may share maybe some of this. You do. So I'm gonna, and I sent an email to Antonio, so you may have also the syllabus with you along with the presentation. So I'm gonna continue doing the presentation. All right, Antonio?
All right, yes, I had.
Okay, so what is in this class? What's kind of the summary of the meaning of this class? So basically it's to explore changes in society's energy demand, compares conventional energy sources and systems to renewables and alternative sources, such as nuclear, solar, wind, and geothermal, and so on. The other kind of major topic on this class is to assess incentives and policies that affect exploitation of energy resources. So it's also looking at those things too, the policy and incentives, how to get renewable energy. And also this class examines concepts of efficiency and laws of thermodynamics relative to factors impacting economic viability of power generation. Meaning that that's kind of the part that's kind of maybe scary for some of you and not majoring into engineering or science. And the last one is to explore future potential strengths and challenges of energy use. So you see there are 4 major components in this class. So it's not only the math and the physics behind of energy. It's also how it's used, what are the trends, what are the kind of policies we have. So basically, this class is really broad class. It's an introduction to. So for those renewable, for those guys in engineering, in the last semester, this is gonna be a really easy class on the physics and math. But it's gonna be really interesting to see the policies, the trends, the discussion, about renewable energy, and the field trips, the laboratories, the hands-on activities as well. Okay? Any questions about this slide? It's fine. Okay, so this part, this is my contact information, my email address, jdiazramirez@sdsu.edu. My cell phone number is 760-791-0521. This is the class location, LA2. And we are gonna have also a Zoom web conference for those distance students, okay? And we are gonna record this presentation, this class every day, okay? As long as we are here in the classroom. My office is 124E, and office hours are gonna be Tuesdays after the class or by appointment. So I really encourage you to email me, text me, call me, you want to reach me, okay? For any questions that you have for the class, okay? I'm a part-time faculty here, but I work for the University of California, as I said before. I'm the director of the Desert Research and Extension Center that is located between Orville and Centro. So I live in El Centro, but I'm doing just this class, okay? So this office is for those part-time professors that they have here. Is 1, 2, 4, okay? And the class is gonna be from 1:20 to 4. But there is another class in this one at 4:10. So we may have to leave about 3:45 so that there is a good smooth transition from us coming out and the other guys coming in, okay? So as you hear, we have distant students from the U-IVC campus in Ensenada in Tijuana. So they are gonna join us through Zoom. You are not able to come one day, so you can call and try to, every day we are gonna record the class and put it on. We have to select a Google Drive or something, so that then you can see and listen to the class, right? And we are gonna have coordinator professors in each of those campuses. So Alexis is helping me out with the students here in Mexicali. Antonio is gonna be the coordinator in Ensenada. We have Ricardo Ricardo is going to help us with Tijuana campus. Okay? So if from those locations, if they have any questions, they go first with the coordinators and then, or they can go directly with me, but they have those coordinators there, so it's going to help us. One of the things for those students online and anybody here, we have to figure out the way to share resources. I know that the ones are registered to San Diego State University is via Blackboard, but news. I can put the stuff there. I have access to that, so I can put all the material. But for the other students, we can create maybe Google Drive or something. Or if the San Diego student wants to join that too, feel free to. Okay, so we can figure it out that way.
I think most of us, but we have also access to Blackboard.
But I don't know.
We can connect to the.
Yeah, you can add them. Yeah. So can you help me out with that? Yeah. And then we can, I guess it's a mess to have all the email addresses of everyone that can get access to the other
Google Drive that is so I don't know.
What is the capacity of Google Drive?
Well, actually, because it's related with our YWC account,
Oh,
it's
you have
unlimited because
that's
good.
That's good. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Going to upload the video.
Okay. That's a good plan. We're gonna try that. Okay. That's good. All right. For our distance students, the challenge is gonna be with the field trips. Absolutely, that's right. That's gonna be an issue with them. So what? Okay. There is no issue anymore. So we are gonna pull out our cell phones and do the Facebook Live. Okay. Social media, that's fine. That's good. Yeah, we can try that, or I don't know. That's something that we have to talk with Antonio and Ricardo and you. Maybe they can go to other places over there nearby, or maybe they can join us one of these days for our field days.
Maybe we can share like a video, something that we can find on YouTube, explaining kind of the plans that we're going to do.
Yeah.
And maybe also if we're allowed to record at those places, maybe we can do some videos over there. And
share some videos. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Okay. What do you think, Antonio?
Well, Daniela has a visa, and we have to check it out with the head teacher to see if she can go to visits to Mexicali and Centro.
Yeah, yeah, because we are planning to have three field tours here in El Centro and 2 lab practices in Mexicali. So that's going to be the question for the guys, that are in San Diego State University. They want to go to UIVC in Mexicali to do the 2 lab practices, but they have really nice laboratories there. And I encourage everyone to attend those, because it's really hands-on experience with equipment that they have there. Okay.
To share resources, we can use Google Drive in the university email that we have a contract with Google, so we can have free Google Drive. Well, we already paid for it.
Okay, yeah. Alexis told me about it. So later today or later this week, we can talk about it, Antonio, with Alexis and Ricardo, and then share that account with everyone here. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. Any other questions in this part? Okay. Okay, so how we are going to teach this class, or how we are going to share knowledge in this class. So we are going to have, regular classes here, because it's really, it's going to be 1:20 until 4 p.m. It's pretty long for me, pretty long for you guys, but it's convenient, I guess, for everyone. Just one time on a week, we are done. But my plan is to share knowledge, maybe for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that. Do some classroom activities, either reading or doing some things here. maybe then you can talk about those things so that we can do, in both ways, at the learning experience. Okay, that's kind of my idea. And then we are going to have the field days as well, the lab practices too. We are going to have, as you pay attention about my background, I'm not truly a renewable energy person. I understand a lot of water resources. I understand a lot of physics, math, engineering. So, but the good thing is we have UABC just crossing the border with a program, a major in renewable energy. So there are professors like Alexis that they may focus on one of these topics that I'm going to show you later on. They can explain really in detail, those kind of things. We are going to have support from also a professor from San Diego State University in the main campus in San Diego. So they may show up here and also teach us, and help us, with some of the topics. We are going to have experts too, researchers, and also the public as well. I hope to invite, people, stakeholders, IAD, our Imperial Irrigation District, other stakeholders that, that explain to us, people more related to the policies and incentives, from the county, that, tell us, what's going on, in real life, so that I can share, those experiences with us. Okay, so that's kind of be the dynamic on this. So having different kind of people and so on, sharing information for all of us. Okay. There is going to be a project as well. So I'm gonna later I'm gonna explain, what is going to be that project, so that you are going to get also very, very focused out of class working on that project, and also assignments that you have to turn in, a week after. So what else? There is no textbook, as this class is really first time that we are teaching this class here in San Diego State University in Imperial campus. I prefer not to have a textbook, but we have some references. So this is a bunch of references that that we are gonna have as our resources. The first two books, Renewable Energy and Energy Systems and Sustainability, we are gonna buy those books, and those books are gonna be available in the library, so that you can access those books here. The third book, Energy and the Environment, we already request that book to the main campus, from the main campus, so it's gonna be available here in the library. And the last one is available online through the university library. Okay. And there are going to be a bunch of internet resources and additional handouts that will be available. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, let's gonna discuss the learning outcomes from this class. So basically, we have 4 goals, as you can read here, and it's all about critical thinking. So that's what the physics and math behind is gonna be soft. It's gonna be so important to understand some basic concepts, but the most important part of this class is critical thinking. Okay, so we are building that critical thinking on renewable energy through the class. Okay, so the first goal is to craft well-reasoned arguments for a specific audience. Okay, so in order to craft those kind of arguments, you need to have a toolbox. Okay, you have to first of all understand what is the source of your information. Okay. And if that information is really reliable, and information that you can share with others as well. The second goal is to analyze a variety of tests commonly encountered in the academia setting. Okay, so that's why we have this reference that I show you, those books, but also we are gonna get into other kind of lectures, like journals, papers, that scientists, have been writing or working on it, so we can discuss those kind of things in the class. And you are getting familiar, and that kind of information. The third goal is to situate this course within social, genetic, cultural, and historic context. So basically, we want to review, what's going on with renewable energy, from the past, what is the current in renewable energy, what is the future, what are the trends, And most important, we are going to have field days looking at what's going on here in the valley, okay? Or nearby, in San Diego or in Tijuana, so that people knowledge, renewable energy in that coastal area can share information, So that's what it is. The context is about what's happening in renewable energy in our Sonora district, basically, okay? And the fourth goal is to assess the relative strengths of arguments and supported evidence. So that's the other thing, In order to have a craft well argument, you need to support that with evidence, okay? So that's what it is. So basically the class is about critical thinking in building that capacity on renewable energy, all right? So these are a couple of examples about the student learning outcomes and those possible learning outcomes statements. So as you can see on the left part, there are 6 different statements from summarize the historical transformation of energy used in society, identify major energy resources, compare environmental impact of energy resources across technological boundaries, analyze incentives and policies that affect exploitation of energy resources, differentiate concept of efficiency and economic viability of power generation, and evaluate future potentials and challenges of the current trend of energy use. So these are related to the goals and everything that is going to be touching base in this class, okay? So it's all about critical thinking on renewable energy, okay? And these are the topics. This is a tentative outline, okay? Maybe overwhelmed for some of you because there are too many topics, but that's what is renewable energy. It's a blend of, different major, different things. So we are going to start easy, on the introduction to energy systems and resources. Then we are going to go into sustainability in the environment, in energy. And I hope that we can spend maybe one class in each of these topics, okay? So it's kind of, setting the stamp on the renewable energy. Then we are going to get into the physics on this, the law of thermodynamics, and kind of the basic stuff in order to understand better what is renewable energy. I hope that we can spend maybe 1 or 2 classes. I'm going to try to provide resources that we can digest, those kind of things. Sometimes it's kind of difficult, and I told you, because I took thermodynamics years ago, and that was tough. But that's kind of the basics and the foundation on this. So it's good to know those basic stuff. And then we are going to go into what is the fossil fuels and so on, how we use it, and some of the challenges through the future. And then we are going to start discussing the different renewable energy sources, on solar, wind, tidal, geothermal, and biomass, biofuels, biogas, and those kind of things. And I'm just putting, kind of 3 hours on those kind of things. Sometimes it's going to be a lecture. It's going to be an invited speaker, maybe both. Maybe it's going to be a field trip. So the entire solar could be just the field trip, or maybe it's going to be background about that too. So it's going to be a combination of many things. Maybe the guys, from Tijuana and Ensenada, I don't know, San Diego can help us with wave and tidal energy so that we can learn more from them, okay? So we'll see. So it's gonna be, so that's pretty much, our tentative outline. Do you have any questions about that? Especially you, Catherine, that you are kind of thinking on joining us. So this is what we are gonna discuss, okay? It's pretty generic, okay? And as I said before, it's kind of building, our knowledge on critical thinking and talking about renewable energy, okay? It's gonna have some numbers. I love numbers. And an engineer, nothing like, putting things on perspective and numbers, okay? But it's gonna have, the good thing here is that we are in the source of energy, renewable energy, this valley. So we're gonna have that experience, and seeing, firsthand solar energy, geothermal, and the other things that we have. All right? Any questions? Okay, assessment. Okay, this is the way that I figure it's going to balance the grading in this class. So we are going to have assignments. That is going to be 30% of the class. There's going to be a midterm exam. It's going to be 15%, a term project, 20%, a final project. That is going to be 20%, and a final exam, 15%. Okay? And this is the way that I grade on percentages. 90 to 100% is going to be A. 80 to 90%, 89 is going to be B. 70 to 79 is going to be C. And I hope that we can stop right there. Don't look at the D's and F, okay? Okay, but D is going to be 60 to 69, and F is below 60, okay? Pretty much a standard, I guess. Okay? Any questions? Let's keep moving. Okay, assignments. You have to turn in the assignments on the due date by the end of the scheduled class period. Okay, so if I give you an assignment today, you have until next week by the end of the class period to return. For those distant students, you can send in an email to my email address, jdiazramirez@sdsu.edu. All right? But the ones here, well, with the ones here, you want also to send an email, you can do it and say the environment, you know. You want. It's up to you guys. Assignments turned in after the due date will be accepted for up to 1 week after the due date, receiving a 50% reduction in grade except in unusual mitigating circumstances. So that's what it is. And I know that we always have some issues in our lives. I know, and I'm human too. Okay? So, but that's the rule. Okay? But if you have some circumstances, that, you know, unforeseeable circumstances, yeah, just let me know. Okay? We'll work it out. No assignments will be accepted more than a week late. Answers with numerical solutions consisting of a magnitude, units, and direction signs as applicable will be boxed or highlighted. That's the way to be an engineer. You highlight those numbers and directions and so on. Okay? Any questions about the assignments and the policy? Fine, okay. Exams, okay. So the exam will be designed to assess and promote a student's mastery of the material and to attain the instructional goals listed above. The final exam is going to cover only the material after the midterm, okay? That's going to be the final exam. An exam will usually be closed notes. However, students may use a single 8.5 inches by 11 inches summary note sheet for reference. Okay? Because I don't consider life to memorize things. Okay? You have to understand is what is the source, how to get to that source, and to think about it. Okay? So that's gonna allow you to have a reference sheet, you know, with all what you think that is important for that test. So that you can open up that sheet and have it in your test, okay? Absence from an exam without a certified medical excuse or prior instructor approval will result in a grade of 0. Nothing. Okay? An excuse missed exams can be made up by a special exam near the end of the semester. That's going to be even worse. So you really have to have an excuse to miss one exam, okay? Any questions?
Are we allowed to use the sheet of paper for the
Football. Football. Yeah. Fine, excellent. Oh yeah, yeah, football. So, yeah, football. What?
Front and back. Or
Oh yeah, front and back. Yeah, and you can have the tiny, super tiny text. Sure, yeah. It's good, because when you are doing your review, you can start,
you were surprised about like the beach had someone brought like a massive giant poster board.
It's 1.5 inches by 11 inches. Letter size. In other words, letter size. Keep asking. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. But it's good. I did it when I was actually I experienced that when I was doing my PhD. It was really good. Yeah, I learned that on my PhD.
That's good that you allow that because in real life, like
Sure, yeah. And why to memorize things? And it's good, because you are reviewing, you are writing your stuff, so on. So you are working on studying, yeah. And have the reference, having, the most important part, the things that you may just forget or things that are so important. Yeah, just having that. That makes sense? Okay, it's gonna continue. The project. This is gonna be so fun. Okay, this is the fun part. Okay, it's gonna be just one project. So we say that midterm project and final project is the same thing. Don't get confused.
It's gonna be like a review, but the midterm project is gonna be like just
That's gonna be the beginning of your project.
no.
Okay?
But it's gonna be the same one, right?
It's the same one. It's the same one. Okay. So let me explain here. Okay. So a term project is required for all students attending the class. Students will focus on developing a sustainable energy project for your university campus. That's what I like it. Because the guys in Ensenada and Tijuana, they can work something on their campuses. The ones here in UABC, they can do something for them. The ones here for SDSU can do something for here. Even for IVC, because there are students from IVC, SDSU, and this kind of things, transfer students and whatever. So yeah, so we can do, specific projects for those campuses. So it's gonna be kind of a real one, because this is what I want. I want for you to think on a real one project. So it's gonna be developing a sustainable energy project. And I'm gonna show you a video that shows, some ideas, okay? It's gonna be on a team effort project by 2 or 3 people, no more than 3. Yeah, because more than 3 means somebody is not gonna work as much as the other 2. Okay, I guess 2 or 3 is good. Having 5 people in a team, too many. So 2 or 3. Okay, each group should prepare a 2-page proposal describing the proposed project. So in this proposal, 2-page, I need the student's name, the project's name, background, project description, methods, and schedule. That's the midterm project, okay? So you have to sketch what you are gonna work for the rest of your semester, basically. All right? By September 25th, which is 1 month. So you have 4 weeks to figure it out. What do you want to work for the entire semester with your team? Okay, so you have to select who to work with, and I encourage you not to select your closest friends or the ones that you know more, but to spread around, to see other points of view, because that's the idea. That's what I encourage you to try to see other challenges, okay? To see other perspectives, because every one of you is going to bring something special to that project, right? The engineering side, the architecture, the criminal justice, everyone is bringing a new perspective on this, all right?
What do you mean by
For the schedule.
Yeah.
In the schedule, you have to. I'm going to show you examples. In every week that What I'm planning to do with this project is I'm going to show you more examples on what is the meaning of this, okay? In every class, so you can build in, your project, right? So that's what you need. What else? So, but then, so it's going to be 2 pages. As you can hear what I'm saying, I really don't like to have too many stuff because I'm really busy, and because it's got to get to the point. Straight to the point. So 2 pages is going to be just enough for that midterm by September 25th. But then you're going to give me progress reports. Two progress reports due on October 30th and November 20th. All right? So pretty much every month. So this is, you have to work the entire semester on this. This should include your work to date as well as any problems you are encountering with your project. So having these 2, the proposal plus these 2 updates, that's going to be the 20% of your, let's see, it's going to be the 20% term project, okay? The term project is the proposal plus the 2 updates, okay? So it's going to be the 20%. The other 20% is going to be your final project. And then we can discuss that. So let's gonna get into this video to give you an idea of, this is a nice video from a student. Actually, it's from a community college student. I'm sorry, we don't have sound. But they developed these solar charging stations in this community college in Kansas. So they figured that why not to have charging stations for the campuses so that the students can charge their cell phones, computers, and so on to solar. So they put together a team of people from engineering, electrical engineering, and others majors, and develop these kind of things. Even welding, so they did it there. So you're not gonna do it, but you are gonna propose the design and so on. But they went all the way, and they have the design and everything and the implementation. We are not gonna have the implementation, okay? But this student is talking about the background, what is the need to do that? That's the background, what is the need? That, and how they did it, how they put together the team, and how people is using these charging stations. So all of them were students, okay? And I'm sorry because we couldn't figure out how to put the sound, but you're gonna have available this information so that then you can hear, what they are talking about. But that's pretty much, this is kind of the thing, we are thinking about having something for your campus. So that's what I encourage you to talk with the staff in your campuses, with the facility management. We call here, facility management office. And talk about them, do you have any plans for, maybe they have some ideas, okay? Maybe they can help you out with the background, the need. What kind of renewable energy we can use? The solar seems to me, always, actually this is Kansas. In Kansas, they use this in Kansas. It's up north. So, but that's pretty cool, There could be other things, maybe some lighting in your campuses. So I don't know. That's what you're here to think, to help me think about, okay? Any questions about this? But this is kind of what the kind of things that I'm expecting from you. To talk with your people in the campuses. So it's gonna be kind of real. So talking with the facility management, with your professors, okay? And provide, that kind of information as a background. What is the need? What kind of energy will be the one that you can use, okay? How is gonna be used? For who? For what, okay? Sounds good, Antonio, and for you guys in Ensenada?
Yes, it sounds very good. Actually, Daniela is in this architecture degree, and they have a special area of building and renewable energy. So I guess she's gonna pick some topic from that course.
Well, I have 14 students here interested in working with her already.
That's nice.
Well, that's good. That's good. So, so yeah, if we, as I say, I really encourage, you know, the people in Ensenada, you know, try to work with other people, you know, maybe from here or the other campuses, so that, you know, you create, you know, better connections for this project. All right.
All right, that would be great.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's gonna get back to our syllabus. Can you see the screen, Antonio?
Yes, we are.
Okay, okay. So in your final project, you have to present that project basically, and it's gonna be due on December 11th, the last date of our class. December 11th is our final project, and you have to include the standard cover page. I'm gonna show you what is that, the table of content, list of features, list of tables, an introduction, project planning area, project design, conclusions, recommendations, and references. So pretty much a standard of any kind of project that I know of. In your project design, I want from you to discuss this energy source. What kind of energy? Renewable energy is the one that you're going to use. What is the efficiency of that system? The setup cost. How much is it going to cost to make that investment? The time for return on initial investment. Okay? The operation and maintenance, replacement costs, all those costs associated to having that. So it's a real project. Energy storage, transfer, and practicality. Why will this work? So that's what I want from you to work with the guys in your campuses. Facility management, your other college, your other students, you know, to see what is the need. What is the need? What are our needs? Okay? To really to have this kind of project. Okay? And the total length of the report, including figures and tables and everything, no more than 10 pages. Because it's gonna be, I don't know how many projects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 7 projects that I have to review. So no more than 10 pages, okay? And on December 11th, you have to present that project to everyone. So it's gonna be a short presentation, about 10 to 15 minutes, okay? Open for discussion. I hope that everyone, you know, asks questions and so on about those projects, okay? So that's gonna be on December 11th. Okay? Then, and again, we have to talk about academic honesty and plagiarism and so on. And because you have been in college at least 20 years of your life, to understand those kind of things, okay? So be careful on using somebody else's thoughts or materials. Always reference, okay, any material that you use, right? Because if you don't do it, that could be suspension or expulsion of the university. Okay. Students with disabilities, San Diego State University accommodates everyone's for the classes. You think that you have a disability or so on, please be in contact with disability services here in our campus. Phone number is 760-768-5637. Okay. For the guys in Ensenada and Tijuana and Mexicali, please contact your coordinators to help with issues with disabilities. All right. Okay. That was the syllabus. Any questions about the syllabus?
I was thinking, I don't know if it's possible to add something to the project that related with the, they can estimate that we have emission they save by implementing the
Thank you. Thank you, Alexis. Yeah. I didn't talk with you about this. We talk about the project, but not in the details. So then I figured, you know, on the campuses, but yeah, just gonna do that. This is just, you know, the schematic and so on. But let's gonna add your thing because those things are so important.
Yeah, maybe you can have like a discussion and maybe make some estimations that represent that. Because most of the time it's something that you add in renewable energy storage, that the changing from fossil fuels to renewable energy, you can say some greenhouse effect gases.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna work, on the details of the project, and I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna talk with you and Antonio and others, So before that, show the details of those projects. Okay, but yeah, that's a great idea. Okay, good. Anything else? Okay, so I'm gonna ask you because at this moment, what do you expect from this class? Now that we discussed the syllabus, we introduce ourselves. Now we understand sort of this class. What do you expect from this class? So I put these bullets here to help in the discussion. You can read, so we can talk about what do you expect from me or from Antonio, Alexis, Ricardo that are going to help me out in this class. What do you think about face-to-face contact time? What about working as a team? Okay. What about working on those homeworks by yourself? What about the grading or how the way that I show you, I'm going to assess your work. What else? Career perspectives. I know that some of you already defined what you want to do, or at least to finish your degree, and then who knows? Okay, we're going to talk about. Are you expecting this class just to make relationships, just to be social in this way, face to face with people? What about talking about improved technical language skills? Okay, so this bullet, is going to help us, So we are going to spend some time, a couple of minutes here, because I really want to have your feedback. Maybe not on all of them, or maybe just one, or maybe something else that's missing. Okay, so what do you expect from this class? Can I have some input from you guys, please? Let's be, and please remember you have to stand up, and be close to the mic so they can hear us as well. Can I have some input from you, please? Or do I have to give you an incentive? Like $1, the first one. $1. That's a lot of money back in my country. $1 on the table. Ensenada? It's gonna cost me more sending that bill, to you.
Daniela is about to say something, maybe in Spanish.
Sure, yeah. Can you please get close to the mic?
Yes. Is this close enough?
Yes. What do you expect, Daniela, from this class? ¿Qué esperas de esta clase, Daniela? Maybe she's afraid. Tal vez tiene miedo. Bueno, we're gonna see here. We're gonna be the volunteer to speak about the class and get $1. It's not too much, but it's something. Right, yeah. Say again your name, Francisco. Okay, Francisco. Take your $1, but first speak. Okay, Francisco.
Well, I would probably love to hear about some of your experience across the globe, like real problems that we could we could do projects on them. Like probably you say you do water treatment, but we could take something about solar and water treatment on communities that they don't have energy,
Okay.
So we could probably work on that a little bit. Yeah, just talk about some of your experience, because you come from so far, and so I would love to hear.
It's a challenge, man. You are putting more work on me. I was not expecting that, but that's a good one. Yeah, and always just just gonna keep the conversation here. Is I know, and living in the border of U.S. and Mexico, this is I never imagined living in a border, two countries, never. But you can see the differences, absolutely. But also the things that are normal for you guys, because it's normal for you to be living in a border. For me, it's not normal. It's not normal. All those differences, the cultures and the languages and so on, it's really rich us, as a human beings. And sometimes we lost the perspective, especially when we are in developed countries. What's going on, in developing countries, or how we can use all this knowledge to help, people in need. Like, having this class, a discussion of how we can implement projects on disadvantaged communities. Even in the United States, we have disadvantaged communities, although we understand that maybe not. But yeah, there is people, that is suffering because of the lack of resources. So maybe focus on those. Maybe we can have some discussion. I don't have that experience on developing those projects, like a renewable energy on disadvantaged communities, like having solar systems or so on that power something for water treatment or so on. No, I don't have it, but I will be willing, to find out more information about it and start a discussion how we can work, or how we can learn, about those projects. Absolutely.
Yeah, I came out with that because one summer I went to Vallarta and I took my music, like a little battery sound system, and I took a solar panel to charge it while I was in the beach.
Okay.
Some guys from Mexico, Nueva York, they're like, hey, what is that? Like, oh, it takes energy from the sun and charges my battery, so I have sound all the day. And I could be here in the beach, and I don't have to go to my room, charge my battery, and continue with my music. And they're like, oh, don't be great in those areas they don't have energy, and even a little light bulb could make a difference in those houses. I related that right now when you mentioned water treatment.
Yeah. Okay. No, even here, in Imperial Valley, we don't have the infrastructure. For example, in agriculture, in order to run pumps, nearby cities, there is electrical power, nearby, so that they can run the pumps. But if you are way, in the middle of the fields, you don't have that electrical power there, so they run by diesel. So why not to have other kind of systems, to run those kind of systems, diesel and other kind of pumps, by solar or other things. Okay, sure, yeah. That's a good. Take your dollar with you, sure, yeah. That's the promise. There you go. Anything else? Anybody else, please? Let's share some. Sure, yeah.
I don't have dollars.
I don't have any more dollars.
I have pesos, so.
Okay.
I just want to share like a little bit my concern about this project, sharing our experience. So I don't know if you know, but this project started maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, when both institutions came together and started working in how to like support both institutions, especially the Imperial Valley. They have been concerns because, well, there are not a lot of engineers here in the Imperial Valley. But the fun thing is that you have a lot of renewable energy power plants, the big ones. So, and if you once you get into the renewable energies and start knowing, there's something that the Imperial Valley has that is very interesting because you have solar energy, you have well, dams and so water energy from the water. There used to be some plants that used to work with biomass, and very near you have wind turbines, and you have kind of right now a facility that has storage, battery storage. So it's kind of big city that works also like a renewable energy laboratory. So it's very interesting what you have here. And so SDSU, they create this renewable energies research center that is at the Brawley campus. But there was not like people around because there are no classes related with this topic. So this was like a big effort that started probably, like I mentioned, like maybe 2 years ago with the proposal of this new course. I believe it's the only one in the, I don't know, but I think it's the only one that is already like official registered at the SDSU related with renewable energies. Even they have like the School of Engineering in San Diego State, but I don't know if they have like most more classes related with renewable energy because they don't have like the major of renewable energy. They have mechanics and electrical. And so this is kind of a first attempt, you know, working this renewable energies also for SDSU. So also like I want to congratulate you because of this big effort. And the other thing is that so in our side, I'm in charge of the renewable energies program. So I have my under me like 200 students right now. They are studying renewable energies in Mexicali. And we want to take our degree to a next level, and we want to start getting this international relationship. We already have some students that have been studying abroad, like Alejandra, you went to Austria, right? Spent one semester, 1 year? One semester, yeah, we have a lot of students that have went to Europe, like maybe, I don't know, like right now, like between less than 50 students have studied like Europe, Peru, or some Japan, some of them. But the funny thing is we don't have students that study here, so you guys are the first one. Yeah, even it's too close. That's the funny thing. Yeah. So this also will help us a lot. I think right now, according to the numbers I have of students in Mexico that are studying renewable energies, maybe we are at the top of the universities. We have, because this program also is offering Tijuana, well, not in Tijuana, it's Valle Imperial, which is between Tijuana and Tecate. It's called Valle Las Palmas. Valle Las Palmas, yeah. I don't know if you guys know what is Valle Las Palmas, but it's a small town between Tijuana and Tecate. There's another school over there, and they are offering also the major renewable energies. If we like combine both campus, we have a total of almost between 400, 450 students that are renewable energies. That put us in the maybe in the second or the third university with most more students of renewable energies in Mexico. The program started 2009. Since then, we have 100 students that already graduated. So maybe in the next, I hope for the next semester that increase with Alejandra and some of them. But so for us, this is very important too, because it's how we are demonstrating that we are, as we consider like a strong renewable energy program. So, well, basically that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Alexis, for history around this. Okay. Yeah, and because we are going to get to the end of this presentation, but you want to talk about more about what you expect from this class? We want me to talk a little bit, but this is more from you guys, see? Yeah. Okay. Because I pretty much, I bullet this thing because this is the most important thing. Not I was reading too, but what we are expecting as students, because I'm still being a student. I will be a student all my life. But really, when I take a class, I really want to see the support from the structure from the university, and from my peers as well, you know. So I take this really serious. When I say yes, I'm gonna teach this class because I'm committed. Yes, I'm gonna take that class because I'm committed to learn about the class and do my best. So that's my approach. I'm gonna do my best. If I'm here talking about this, it's because I feel comfortable. And I want to tell you things that I don't know. If I say don't know, it's going to be don't know, but I'm trying to find out who or where to find out the answer. Right? I really like to have face-to-face contact always. Although this is not my first time teaching a kind of distance class as well. Back in Mississippi, I had the opportunity to have students in a research center that were business students. And also I have the classroom students as well. It's kind of difficult, but also it's an opportunity for those people, you know, like we have right now in Ensenada and Tijuana. And even for you guys, some of you, maybe one time you are not able to attend the class, you know, just watch the video, do your stuff, you know, turn in. So you have that flexibility. Always working as a team is so important because that's what it matters at the end. And nothing without all my staff in my research center because we are just one unit. So we have to work as a team. No matter what, that's one of the most important things. You can be the most skillful person, but if you are not able to work with peers, but pretty much nothing, zero, nada. Nothing, because if the other peer or the other team member don't want to work with you, that's going to create conflicts, okay? Because we live in a society with other human beings. So the idea is to try to balance, you know, what we want and respecting others' beliefs as well, okay? So working as a team is so important. That's why it's there. Because it's key, you know, that in a classroom, we can work, you know, in a class, we can work as a team. Independent study, absolutely. Not because you came here for 3 hours, you learn everything. Pretty much, you're going to catch up maybe 10, 20%. But that 10 or 20% is so important because that's going to give you that incentive to catch up with the other 80%. That really matters as well, okay? So one class, and that's what I learned all my life, and that's what I teach. In a classroom, you get 10, 20%. But that's going to be so important. I'm going to give you that incentive for you to keep learning by yourself. That's what it is. Keep learning, keep learning. Assessment methods, there's always a way to assess something. I hope that I put a lot of, you know, and I talked this with Alexis, you know, how we are going to be fair with you. You know, be fair with you. That, you know, that the way that we grade, you know, your assessment, you know, is fair. And, you know, it reflects what we are expecting from you. I'm expecting for you to work your homeworks, your assignments, to do your project, to have some tests, you know, by your own here. So try to balance these things out. Maybe some of you already are taking this class because this is what you really want to learn and get more focus on that thing. Maybe others want to see other areas of expertise. Things that maybe it's going to work, maybe not. In my life, I took, I don't know how many classes, you know, in my BS, Master, and PhD. Maybe some of those classes, I don't want to touch those classes anymore. But maybe they'll give me some idea of something that say, okay, that's not my area. So cool. But this is kind of the way that I really want. I want these classes because this is what I really want. But, you know, the other classes were so important as well. And also having a moment to socialize, you know, to know each other, you know, to respect each other as well. So that's maybe what you want, you know, just to get out of your house, maybe to cross the border. That's fun. Yeah, spend some time in the line. Maybe you have so much time that, okay, let's spend maybe an hour, 2 hours in the line. Okay, those kind of things. Okay. The other part that is also important in this kind of setup that we call universities, college, and so on, is to improve technical language skills. Okay. You and I, we may be fluent in Spanish, in English. But when we're talking about technical skills, it's so different. It's way different. It's not a song, not a movie. You know, having technical skills means talking, providing, critical thinking, those kind of things. That's what we are in this setup. Okay, so that's what I put in there on what I can expect from this class. Okay, that's kind of my wrap up on this. I know that you get maybe intimidated, you may not want to talk much about it, but I hope that this is important because I know that it's important. Okay, any questions? Keep moving. Okay, this is pretty much the last slide. So I appreciate what Alexis said about the history of this class. Actually, I came to the Valley 3 years ago, and when I did my interview, I was in summer of 2015. I did my interview for the position I hold at the University of California on June 2015 with 110 degrees. Coming from Mississippi, Mississippi was hot, 90s, humid, rainy, every day, 50 inches of rain per year. And I came to the desert. I flew to Yuma, and I rented a car. I crossed the dunes, and I came to a center, and I said, what am I doing? Next day, I have the interview. What? I care about this place because I promised my wife to look for another job. So I started looking at, but I told her, we got an agreement. She resigned her job. She was not happy and said, you resign first. I cannot resign at this moment, but I'm gonna look at an opportunity, but the one I like. So I choose for the best universities in the country. And I know the University of California is one of the best. I choose Texas, Florida. But the other thing, I choose the universities, the best, but in the South. I don't like it. Tropical person.
Oh, you're in Alaska.
I like the heat.
You don't get any of that here.
I like the heat, but not this heat. It's still, you know, it hurts me a lot. You know, 110, 120. Crazy. So yeah, I came here 3 years ago, but when I was start reviewing about this position, because I have a presentation to deliver a part of my interview. Wow, it was amazing. I never hear about Mexicali and Imperial Valley. But then I started learning about agriculture because that's what I do. I'm the director of this research ag center. So it's an agriculture research center. So, but this was not only about agriculture. Also, I learned about other issues that we have here. All the water that we have from the Colorado River, all the renewable energy, the geothermal, the solar, the wind. Wow! Back in Mississippi, there are no wind turbines, there are no solar panels, nothing about that. Only rain. It's only rain there. And so that was magic for me. And I saw an opportunity. Say, okay, so not only agriculture, but the power of energy, renewable energy. So then I learned about San Diego State University and the energy, the Renewable Energy Center, but I have it here. The Sustainable Energy Center that is in Brawley. So that would capture my attention, and I put that on my presentation, really. I did that. See, the opportunity to be the director of this facility here in the University of California is to attach that facility with the stakeholders, with San Diego State University, with IVC, with Mexicali. Then I learned about UABC as well. So I did a full review of what is going on in this area, not only in the US part, but also in the Mexican part. And I started learning about all these opportunities. And that's why we are here. So when I came here 3 years ago, I started looking at San Diego State University in UABC, not only the ag side, but also the energy. So I know about the Sustainable Energy Center, and we met with Alexis and Asaf Bageni, he's a professor in San Diego State University, mechanical engineering department. And he's the one that put together the syllabus for this class, actually. I didn't put the syllabus, it was from those guys. But then they told me, we need a professor, we need somebody, to teach this class, to put together the class, to, those kind of things. So we are here, about 2 or 3 years, as he said, teaching this class on a campus that is not an engineering campus, on a campus that most of the majors are criminal justice, psychology, those kind of things. It's valuable. I'm not saying that it's not right. It's valuable. It's what it is. But also, I was talking with Dean Ponce and said, I really want to push something on science and engineering. But, we need the people, we need the structure, we need the students. So I told him, why not just to also keep moving with what we're saying? Because they already have the program there, they have the students, maybe an opportunity. Maybe we can create a body of students to interact in this class. But the class is an issue, because when you say engineering, math, and so on, oh, the guys in psychology and criminal justice say, oh, no way, that's too much for us. But let's gonna do this in a way that we can encourage, we can building that momentum. So we are here, San Diego State University, UABC, and University of California, the students from IVC, from San Diego State University as well, the campus in Ensenada, the campus in Tijuana from UABC. So wow, this is a major accomplishment. So we are making history. We are making history. After 3 years, we are here. This is a STEAM class, meaning there is a science, technology, engineering, and math class, okay? In a campus that is social education, psychology campus, okay? So we are here making history doing that. We have the 3 major universities in California and Baja California putting together resources to have this, to make this happen. University of California, San Diego State University, obviously, because we are in the campus of San Diego State University, UABC. And we have students from 4 different campuses, different kind of majors. Now you learned today that we have criminal justice, psychology, even some others that they are trying to figure out engineering, others really that close to graduate, from engineering, architecture, and so on. So it's really a blend of different majors here. It's going to be a hybrid course, a classroom and distance students. We are going to have a blend of different ways, to learn, because I'm going to learn. I want to learn as well. And the idea is to build professionals with critical thinking and tools for current and future energy challenges. Basically, that's the goal of this. Okay? But it's crazy. When you put together all these things, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy, not at all. It's really a challenge. I thought, last year, we thought that we were able to finish the class. No, we couldn't. And this year, we thought that maybe not to, but we are here. We are here because we have the commitment of our leadership. From the Ponce and Dona Castañeda, the resources from UABC, and you are the most important part of this. That you are taking, the step forward, take this class. And I hope that you want to join us for this class along with others. I know that you still have some time. I guess you have 2 more weeks, I guess, to registration. So yeah, and that's the hope, that we have more students. And if not, the one that we are here, we are going to have fun. We are going to learn. We are going to be stressed. Maybe sometimes it's going to be as crazy as that guy, little guy trying to figure out what to do. That's what it is. And at the end of the day, is how we can be a better human being. Okay? So that we can interact with each other, we can do many things, and we can also move forward in our lives. So welcome to the class. And again, that's my contact information. You can call me Jairo. You can call me Jairo if you want. You can call by Dr. Diaz if you want. But don't call me Dr. Jairo. Neither Dr. Jairo. Because that's not good. And no, just kidding. You can call by my first name. Jairo is fine. Jairo is okay. Okay? My titles, those kind of things, are in a word in Colombia. And those I use it for my picture. On my day-by-day, I go by Jairo. Okay, so you're welcome to call me Jairo. All right? And my cell phone number, 760-791-0521. My email address, jdsramirez@sdsu.edu. We are gonna get this a Zoom web number every week. It's gonna be the same number. So for those in Ensenada and Tijuana, that's gonna be always our link to Zoom. We are recording, and that's something that I have to keep in mind to record this class every time. And again, the class is gonna be Tuesdays from 1:20 to about 3:45. Okay, and we are gonna plan, those field trips and labs with Alexis and the stakeholders. It's gonna be in advance so that you know the best day for the trips. Also, I'm gonna keep you posted with the invited speakers and so on. Okay, that's pretty much what I have today. You have final questions, comments? ¿Cómo se sintieron?
How many filters?
3, about 3.
Because I need a council, so I have a lot of activities that are involved.
So the field trips also is gonna be in that time period. So we try to do it in 3 hours. So we figure that we can go, yes, because we are surrounded by renewable energy. So we have good examples of solar energy just here in this area, close to the campus. Yeah, it's gonna be during the class period, yeah. That's what the other thing that what we figure that will be better just to have one-time class per week, so that we can have available for those field trips. Yeah, and the days in UABC is gonna be the same. We try to be in that time period. Yeah. Sure, yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be in that class period. Sure, yeah. That's a good question. Okay. Any other question? ¿Hay preguntas? Calculus? No, and after you review the syllabus, there is that component of thermodynamics and so on. But now we are going to try to make it easy for people like you that don't have that background, and interesting for those that have that background. And bring examples. And basically, what I really want is to have examples of how to apply this. Why we have those laws, for what. So we're going to do examples. I'm going to bring examples applying those things and do some calculations. Because I like it. I like to do calculation, but it's not going to be too hard. So you see that's one small piece of the entire syllabus. So you may lose some points in that. That will be fine, but you're going to be also great for other topics that you may be more comfortable. Okay? Anything else? From Antonio and Daniela.
I was wondering if is there any assignment for next week?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that's it. So I'll see you next Tuesday. Okay, thank you for coming.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And before stop.